Hey, it's Jacob, the firebrand here with your awesome, intuitive, insightful guidance for Jupiter in Leo. I've done the fire signs, the earth signs, the water signs, and the air signs as separate videos, and then I was guided and nudged by my guides to do one on the houses. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because we have our sun sign, and our sun is at a particular degree of a particular sign when we're born, and then depending on what time we were born, we have a rising sign, and again that rising sign is a particular degree of a particular sign. Okay, so for example, I have my sun at 25 degrees of Aries, and I'm a Gemini rising at 22 degrees of Gemini. Now, my first house only runs to 10 degrees of Cancer. So it's not a whole 30 degrees, it's less than 30 degrees. So it runs from 22 degrees of Gemini to 10 degrees of Cancer. My second house runs from 10 degrees of Cancer to 26 degrees of Cancer. My third house runs from 26 degrees of Cancer to 14 degrees of Leo. And my fourth house runs from the 14 degrees of Leo to 15 degrees of Virgo. So if you get what I understand, if you're not using the equal house system, most people use the Placidius system for astrology, for doing the houses, and you get unequal sized houses. So hence I am doing a video of Jupiter in Leo for the houses. So that you can know, if you know your chart, you can work out when Jupiter's in Leo, what houses it will affect. So, house number 1, okay, the first house, Jupiter in Leo in the first house, will expand your ego and your sense of who you are. You will see your ego expanding, your sense of your personality will expand. You will be larger than life. You'll feel more confident about yourself. You'll feel more outgoing, and you will really want to put yourself out there a lot more than you possibly have done before when Jupiter was in a different house. Okay, so Jupiter in Leo for the first house is very much about that. Okay, Jupiter in the second house. Okay. You may put on weight. You might put on weight in the first house, but you're more likely to put on weight in the second house. You will see your income grow, and you will see your soul capital expand, and you will value yourself more. You may possibly want to buy more things and to be more kind of get more income generating into your life. You may see more income coming into your life. You may see an expansion of your earnings, that kind of thing. For Jupiter in the third house, you will communicate more. Your sense of expansion will expand. You will want to talk more. You will change how you communicate. You will talk from the heart more. You will want to communicate more creatively, more passionately. You will want to really expand your thought processes and your thinking and work on that. Jupiter in the fourth house is your home and nurturing yourself. You might want to upgrade your house or expand your house, add more rooms to it, renovate it, redecorate it. You might want to buy a bigger house. You may want to furnish it with much nicer things. You might want to nurture yourself more, your family. You may want to expand your family as well. So you might want to have more children. You may have more children come into your family as well. So you might have a son or daughter who marries somebody who's already got children, or or when they have children themselves. Jupiter in the 5th house, you will expand your creativity and your passions. You'll open your heart much more. You may want to start acting or getting involved in creative pursuits. You may find that your romantic life expands much more, that you get much more love interest coming to you, get more interest in you romantically, which is a good thing. You may want to be a bit more dramatic yourself. Jupiter in your 6th house will see you expand in your work, wanting to expand where you work, what you do in work. You may want to expand your service for others and in helping people, in supporting them, in nurturing them, because the 6th house is the house of healing and health and routine. You may want to be more creative in your routine, in what you do day to day. Your mundane tasks, you might want to be more creative about. You might want to be more creative with what you do with your day. You might want to change it, reschedule things, get more you might want to get more healthy and fit and encourage your health and expand your health and your well-being. Jupiter in your 7th house is a house of partnerships and long-term relationships and balance and harmony. You will want to balance more, be more harmonious. You want to expand your relationships and how you relate to people. You want more enthusiasm there, more passion there as well. Jupiter in your 8th house will see you wanting to really expand any transformational work that you are doing on yourself. We don't really have we don't have any other big planets in Jupiter, and there's not going to be any other big planets going into Jupiter for a very long period of time. So if you've got 8th house Jupiter, this will be the main time for you to expand who you are, and expand your sense of transformation, who you want to be. You may inherit a shitload of money as well, or you might have investments that pay out really, really well, because the 8th house is also all about other people's money, and because in some respects it's a house of death and transformation. Some Aunt Mabel that you barely knew may leave you like $20 million or something, or a house or something, and it'd be completely surprising to you. If Leo is your 9th house, you want to learn more, you want to expand your knowledge of the world, you want to expand your knowledge of perhaps religion, belief systems, for new age, psychic things. You might want to expand your awareness of the world. You may want to travel. You might decide to travel because when Jupiter was in your 8th house, Aunt Mabel might have left you a lot of money, and you've got a lot of money now, so you might decide to travel the world, or go on some courses and learn more about the world, learn more about yourself, learn more about religion and belief systems and philosophy and stuff like that. And you may find yourself being a lot more positive and outgoing and enthusiastic about life. If Jupiter's in your 10th house, you will really want to expand your social standard and social status and your career. Your career may really take off and expand exponentially, so you may find yourself in situations where you expand your career and stuff like that. If Jupiter happens to be in your 11th house, you will expand your social circle. You'll be much more involved with groups. You'll have a passion to join and belong to groups and the group energy. You may expand your own social group of friends, or any groups that you belong to. You will see those expand and grow. If Jupiter's in your 12th house, you will see your sense of inner transformation grow. Your psychic awareness will grow. Your relationship with your guides and your star seeders and your spirit family and the universe and Christ consciousness and whatever you want to call it, that will expand. and the energy around it will expand, and your awareness will grow and expand, and you may well develop new psychic skills. Briefly, the shadow side. Jupiter in your first house, you may become an egotistical twat, basically, and your ego may really get the better of you, so you need to watch that. Jupiter in your second house, please watch overspending. Jupiter in your third house, you really need to be careful about what you say, because your thoughts might come out of your mouth before you've had a chance to filter them. Jupiter in your fourth house, you may be nurturing too many people. Your sense of nurturing may expand too much, and you're nurturing too many people and not yourself. Jupiter in your fifth house, you might ignore everything else because you're out partying all the time and having a good time, so you need to watch that. Jupiter in your sixth house, watch doing too much and overdoing it, thinking that you're invincible and your health is going to stay strong. You need to watch what you do with your time, how you manage your time and how you manage your health, and not overdo it. Jupiter in your relationships. You may well want to expand your relationships, but the people you're in relationships with may not want to expand them, so you need to be careful of that. Jupiter in your eighth house. Only transform as much as you can, and where you can, where you feel you can. You may feel that you can do a lot and expand your transformation, and it may not be completely possible, so you need to watch that. Jupiter in your ninth house. Watch not ninth house is Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is like to fire loads of fucking arrows everywhere, and they don't always follow them or bother what they're doing. So you really need to be mindful of that and not be too ambitious in what you believe and stuff like that, and you might be too forceful in what you believe as well. So Jupiter in your ninth house for you might mean that you're too evangelical in your approach of your beliefs and stuff like that. Jupiter in your 10th house might mean that you spend too much time on your career, and you might expand your career at the cost of everything else. Jupiter in your 11th house might mean that you're spending too much time in your social circles and not enough time elsewhere, and you need to look at your chart of what else falls in your 7th house, maybe, for example, because it might piss your partner off. Jupiter in your 12th house may overwhelm you, because you may suddenly get all this psychic information, all these psychic downloads and downloads from source energy that you can't really cope with. Alright, thank you for that. That was almost a minute per house, I think. So, so that was Jupiter in the houses for you. Thank you.